Hey Cancer, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your reading for July 2021. We are looking at your energy for July. What's going on with you? Cancer, we're calling in your angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light because I don't want to talk to anyone else. And this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, cross watchers. We're looking at your energy for July 2021, Cancer. And we're going to do the Old Wise Tree spread here. And depending on what comes up, we may ask some romance oracle questions. We'll ask a yes or no question at the end. We'll find out what's going on with the Kipper deck that maybe you don't see coming. All right, here we go. So Cancer, what is going on for you? Wow, Cancer, we already have the Empress and the Emperor on the board. The Lovers card on the board. All right. Let's check it out here. We'll do some clarifying as well. Let's first get around. Let's get around here. Okay, so the first thing that's interesting to me, aside from the Emperor and the Empress and the Lovers card, because this indicates to me some kind of a twin flame type connection, past life. But what else is interesting to me is in your advice, you have the World card. And the World card in your advice is talking about, first of all, starting a new chapter. But before you can start a new chapter, you have to finish the last one before it. You have to close the cycle and end something in order to begin something again, begin something new. This is the culmination of all of the experiences so that you walk through a threshold into a new bubble of energy. And that's what your advice is telling you to do. It's like culminate, bring it full circle, go through a new threshold, go through into a different world from the old world. So that is interesting to me. We've also got the King of Wands up here. We've got the Queen of Swords at your big picture. So the Queen of Swords at the big picture. Remember that these cards are not gender specific. They could be people. They could also be parts of you. What I'm feeling here in this moment, when I look at this Queen of Swords, this is the intrinsic knower of intention. It's being very clear with your intentions on a very inner world level. Whether you speak it, whether you act it out in the physical, this is about knowing and being very clear about your intention, knowing your will, knowing your mind, knowing yourself. And this queen also, I heard this somewhere. I absolutely love this analogy, but she has been stabbed in the back with that sword, and she had to pull that sword out of her back by herself. So she is strong, she is powerful, her will is strong, and she's very clear when it comes to trusting people. Who is she going to trust? Why is she trusting them? And she stands back and she watches. She doesn't just jump in and just trust any old buddy. So that's the big picture. Knowing self and being very clear with what you're going to do about that knowledge, who you're going to talk to, who you let access you. Okay, so let's take a look at this heart of the situation, because we've got the Empress reversed. The Empress reversed can very well be a hussy. However, this is a, no boundaries or not awesome boundaries. However, this Empress reversed doesn't fully understand her worth. She doesn't know her value, or she's been acting outside of it. In this case, here she is abandoned. And what it feels like to me is that the reason why she is not acting within her worth or feeling unworthy at this time is because she's been abandoned. This also means, though, acting outside of your worth, it means that you've been seeking validation from the outside instead of from the inside. This big picture indicates to me that validation is now being sought from the inside. It's like, it's pretty no nonsense. But heart of the situation is like, yeah, this Empress went through some things, perhaps pulled that sword out of her back, and she was left to do it by herself. And that is where this energy is coming from. I want to say this, that's the heart of the situation. That's the energy of the situation that's being, someone is being, I'm hearing disrespected, or someone was or is being disrespected, but an Empress was left out in the cold here. And then this is coming from the place of the Emperor. So what this feels like is there was solidity, safety, and security. The Emperor and the Empress are the pair, the divine pair, the twin flame pair. However, the heart of the situation comes from this place. It's like the energy comes from here and goes up into the tree branches, and the roots are this Emperor, who very well called somebody out of their worth and left them by themselves to pull the sword out of their back. So your advice being walk through a new threshold, there are a couple things here. On one hand, I feel like there's an opportunity to rekindle this, whatever this was. It looks like there was an ending that didn't go so hot. However, here is the coming together of two parties. This is also a choice being made, and this a lot of times can be choosing between one thing or another thing. It's like you can't have them both, you have to choose one or the other. And this is kind of like the choice has been made, but this is an opportunity to come together in partnership. Sometimes this is partnership as in business partnership, but sometimes this is a passionate partnership. It can be a passionate business partnership. However, I feel like this is a love situation with what's coming up. Okay, and we'll get to that next year. Your higher self, Cancer, is talking about the Lover's reverse. Talk about a decision. This is a decision in love. Decision needing to be made when it comes to love. Your angels and guides are saying there was an ending here, and you are through the worst of it. You already pulled the sword out. You're through the hard stuff. But it was hard, because apparently there were lots of swords in your back from many different, maybe, incidents. But your angels and guides are like, never forget, you know, this choice that you had to make, the struggle that you went through. And that Two of Wands, this possible choice now and in the near future, and your advice saying, bring something full circle and move forward. That's what I was going to say earlier. On one hand, this can be like, give this a new chance in a new energy, in a new bubble. But what I'm kind of feeling like is this is saying, wrap it up, you know, let's bring this full circle and move forward. So we will clarify, most definitely. Okay, so in the energy to release, we're releasing water under the bridge. So it's kind of interesting because that feels like a different place in the cycle. This is like, I have been betrayed. somebody has stolen from me, cheated on me, told me lies, has been sneaky monkey, but this is reversed. So it's like all those things happen, but now it's water under the bridge. It's in the past. And then on top of that, this is in the position to be released. So it's not only saying release all this monkey business that happened in the past, it's also saying release how it moved through the cycle as water under the bridge. Now release the water under the bridge. It's like kind of like get over it, then get over it, and then get over it. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh, just get over it. This looks like a very difficult situation. But it's more like move on, and move on. Boom, boom, boom. That's the feeling that I'm getting there. Resistance has to do with these ridiculous dysfunctional dynamics. But here's the deal. These dysfunctional dynamics were definitely present in this situation, but they didn't come from the situation. They came from family. So this brought your attention to dysfunctional dynamics that needed to be cleared up. And I'm hearing they were reckless. Okay, let's look at past, present, and future. In the past, I really feel like this is you, Cancer, working your butt off. Working your butt off. I feel like this has to do with realizing and recognizing dysfunctional dynamics and moving through it, identifying it and moving through it, identifying other patterns that are from this. This is just working on yourself. All of these resources, time, energy, effort, love, money, information, education, everything that keeps you going, working on all of these things that are keeping you steady, stable, and secure. Mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, all of these things you've been working on. Present time, here we have this King of Wands. There's some kind of, okay, here's the King of Wands. This is possibly somebody who's coming in, happening now and into the near future, and this is kind of present time energy. Somebody who's coming in who's attractive, exciting. There's a lot of energy there with this person. They're passionate, they're alluring, and next to this Five of Wands reversed, it's like they're coming in like they don't really have any cares. It's like they look like nothing is, they look like everything is easy, or it's just ease and grace. It's like they come in with ease and grace. I definitely want to clarify that, because I'm feeling like somebody is coming in who is passionate and exciting and wants to like shimmy up to you, but they're not really taking any responsibility for anything. And this could very well be because this is somebody new and interesting who you don't have any history with. However, I feel like this there's also this possibility of someone in the past, and it very well could be this person, but someone from the past coming in, though they look like they are not really addressing any conflict. And here in the trajectory, we have the Five of Cups. So this is about regret, but what I'm hearing is denial. So let's do some clarifying. Cancer, what is this? First, I want to clarify this Emperor, where all this energy is being directed. Clarifying this Emperor, what do you have to say? Flowers. This is from the Bluebird, Lenormand. And this is about romancing a situation. I feel like somebody created a situation that was really romantic and wonderful and fabulous and flowery. And when it moved forward, that's not the reality of the situation. So this Empress reversed. Yeah, this Empress reversed is really, this is the energy of the crossroads. Talk about having to choose, but this is like changing, life changing, going down one path instead of going down another path. This emperor was not experiencing that in the same way. I feel like this emperor wasn't, I'm hearing kind, but they weren't experiencing this in the same way as this reversed empress. And when I clarify this Five of Pentacles, this abandonment, being left out in the snow, all this stuff, here's the cross. It's like the reversed empress's cross to bear. She had to go through this to recognize this emperor was wearing a mask. Okay, let's take a look at this Two of Wands happening now and into the near future. Yeah, this Two of Wands, there's going to be, I feel like this happened. I feel like I've read this exact same thing for you, Cancer, but here's the Garden. I feel like there's going to be some kind of interaction. It's kind of like bumping into each other, seeing each other, meeting each other somewhere. Some kind of interaction in a place. And I mean, it seems like it could be a planned party, but it also seems like it could be kind of an accident, a strange accident. It also feels like it could be seen as, is this fate? Is this a coincidence? Of course, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is synchronistic, but I do feel like this could be kind of planned, or someone puts effort into the possibility of seeing someone or something like that. But this is, out and about in the world, perhaps at a social engagement, but here's this opportunity to come together. And let's clarify this Queen of Swords, because the big picture is the Queen of Swords, like this Empress reversed going through this crossroads and this cross to bear and this kind of this dark night of the soul kind of thing. She's in a different place. So she's a wise Queen of Swords now. Right. She kind of, it's like she's saying this ship has sailed. Let's look at the Seven of Swords reversed in their energy to release position. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the birch rod. This is about arguments. And it's like, there's no need to, I'm hearing reminisce, but there's no need to argue. There's no argument here. Then let's look at this resistance. I have resistance to all of these negative dynamics, which means the momentum is to right the wheel, The momentum is to make things solid, safe, and secure. Right those dynamics. Yeah. This is about commitment and what commitment is, what real love is, what real entanglement and love is. Not flowery words. All right, let's take a look at what your higher self is saying about this Lover's reversed, aside from this is some kind of, disillusion in love, but there's a choice to be made in love. Yeah, it looks like masculine energy in this situation is having some contemplation about this. And I would say that contemplation, they've been in their head about it. Yes, here's the lady. To tell you the truth, it looks like both of you have been in your head about it. Here's the gentleman, here's the lady, masculine, feminine energy. And it looks like both of you have been contemplating about this situation, about the dynamics of the situation. Let's look at this advice, the World card here. And we have clouds. Cloudy, murky water. It's like I'm confused about how to move forward. To tell you the truth, though, what this is really making me feel like is confusion means no. Let's look at this 8 of Pentacles, working one's booty off. Yeah, really it looks like there was so much work done. It was to change the energy. You might have started some program or started some class or school or workshop, and it's gone on for some time. This could be physical, this could be mental, this could be a class of some kind, but basically it's like throwing yourself into work and this type of thing. And it's to shake up all the energy. It's to move out of the old energy and to kind of shake it off of you, with the intention that you're moving into a different threshold. But that's what it looks like you were going through in the past. I will say this, knowing that this King of Wands energy can be yours, Cancer. This is action-oriented energy moving you into a place where you've moved out of conflict, flown away from it. But here is this regret, or this looking at the past with sadness. So first I want to look at this King of Wands. What say you? King of Wands is talking about the Tower. The Tower in Lenormand is different than the Tower in Tarot. And it is about stability, but it's not about to fall. It's like you've built this. So there is this feeling of having built security around you and having kind of really some good energy here, some good inspired energy after moving away from this cross to bear. This crossroads too, this really could have gone one way or the other way. And Cancer, it looks like you were the one who ended up at the crossroads. This other person, it just looks like this other person wasn't able to do that commitment thing. You seemed solid, like you were ready to move forward. Let's look at this though, this new energy. And yeah, this is you. Talk about I am the key. This is you recognizing energy that is easy and effortless. That is the key. Let's take a look at this 5 of Cups. And we have the Cavalier. Right, this is looking back at the past with sadness. I do feel like this is grief and regret. But here's sadness, But this is almost like saying goodbye to the past, because you've got the Cavalier, and the Cavalier is moving on and moving forward to something new love. So let's take a look at what perhaps you don't see coming this month, so you can be prepared for this type of energy. I mean, it very well could be that meeting. I don't really feel like this is a planned meeting. I feel like this is like running into someone or seeing someone at a social event. We'll put 3 down for this. We've got the gift, the wealthy man, and the mature woman. So this gift is usually something that happens around a holiday, around a birthday, around a gift-giving time. Here's the wealthy man and the mature woman. Of course, this is masculine and feminine energy, but yeah, something that you don't see coming could very well be some kind of offer, some kind of gift, some kind of offer. I want to say there's an intention behind it. I want to say this too. This mature feminine energy really reminds me of that Queen of Swords. This mature feminine energy isn't going to swoon for something with strings or hidden meaning. Okay, I want to look at some romance oracle, Cancer. Well, let's look at what the angels want to tell you, Cancer. Romance oracle. You deserve love. You are lovable. That reversed Empress at some point really needed to hear that. Some shady things were going on there, Cancer. And I think you figured that out. Finances and career. This all has to do with worthiness. I feel like someone was calling you out of your worth and you figured it out. Passion, no doubt. This was a passionate whirlwind, and express your love. I feel like somebody is going to come in and maybe express their passion too, express their love, express their passion. It's important for you to do what's right for you, to move into your next threshold, whatever that is. And let's get to that yes or no question, asking the angel oracle. So think of your question, Cancer. And we first have forgiveness. I do feel like there's a lot of forgiveness here. You forgiving other people, you forgiving yourself. The situation will improve. I feel like you looking back at this with sadness, but being able to release it, that continues to move forward. This doesn't feel like a stagnant situation. Ask your angels. Angels, we are asking you. Give us a yes or a no, please. Let go. Oh, it's up to you. Seriously. When you just want a yes or a no. To tell you the truth, I feel like it's a no. let go. It's up to you. The reason why it's up to you is because you're in charge of this cycle. You're in charge of whether or not you're ready to walk through the threshold or you still want to learn more about these dysfunctional dynamics. So I do get that. If there's still more to be learned with the dynamics that need to be straightened out, you may not be ready to end this cycle. With this Queen of Swords, though, I feel like you figured some things out, Cancer. That is what I have for you. Let me know how this resonated, Cancer. I am looking forward to reading for you again in a couple of days. So please like and share and subscribe, and I will see you soon, Cancer. Bye.